Yo, I swear I want to be positive through all this thing, and I'm gonna do my best. But honestly, this lady is just triggering me. Excuse me. Um, it's this is I'm talking about this Dr. Hughes that is representing, you know, that side. This is the example ineptitude, overpaid ineptitude, bias ineptitude. $500 an hour to basically just bury guys. It's disgusting. It's just so triggering to me because I have issues with class. There's a lot of people who see, we have to get rid of this notion that because you have money you are better. I'm at the position right now where I'm living amongst a lot of people that have a lot of money, and they're the most disgusting, perturbed individuals you will ever find. Disgusting, gross, immature, people who don't have any concept of dignity and self-respect. It's all a bunch of toddlers running around with too much money. But the point I'm trying to make is that for a long time ago, they told us that hard work gets you to those positions. And you know what I was thinking? It all of a sudden dawned onto me that this was a landowner explaining to his slaves, basically, how to get to that position, because I'm sure that the questions arose, like, hey, I always see you out there with the whip and everything, and you're making us do stuff, and you're powerful. How do you get to your position? And these people, instead of saying, "Oh, it's because I'm lying to you, it's because I'm screwing you over, it's because I'm just bullshitting you all the time, hurting you and telling you that it's my godly duty," and all that jazz, and to explain that I am better because I am closer to the Lord, and all this bullshit about I'm a righteous person. This is why all this great happens. All these great things happen to me. Like, I have a lot of this money, and part of it is true, but it is because they've been fucking people over all the time, and that's why they're in the position that they are. The way this system has been built is to help only a certain type of people, and everybody else gets fucked over. And in fact, your share goes to them, which is really, really, to me, is $500 an hour, when all she's doing really is just, honestly, I just picture her just drinking wine, hanging out with friends. Oh, shit. While she's at the coffee shop going, oh my God, I forgot, I have this case. I have to, okay, real quick, what is it? This is why she needs notes. She wasn't even prepared. She wants to go back to the notes and check them and this and that. It's like, oh, no. You can give us your general opinion. I mean, oh, and she gets upset. Like, was not the most narcissistic sign of a person? I mean, honestly, that was, the video that I was watching, the girl said, "Oh, Dr. Narc made an appearance," or something like that. So, exactly. She so narcissistic. She can't even allow the judge to say, "Hey, you can use the notes." The faces, the attitude that she threw because she couldn't use the notes. And we're realizing that this lady, as respectable as she is in the community, see, that's last time I told you guys about, maybe a couple of videos ago, I told you about this ladies, I hate to use the name Karen, but I mean, that's what they were, because the way they behaved. They weren't around me, a whole block around me, to not have to be close to this. Apparently, I look dangerous. But to me, it's dangerous is the mind who entertains these thoughts about people. I mean, yes, these are prejudices, really. And obviously, I had no choice in the matter. I was already judged, and somehow I was this criminal that people needed to get away from. So these ladies went around me. So again, if you put that lady, as disgusting as her ideas are, especially about people, think about that. When you call somebody a nasty name, that person is not that nasty name. Is you, but you're revealing that you are a person who can get that low. Okay, so you can call somebody an asshole. Like yesterday, I was walking by and this kid just yelled out of the car, "Fuck you, you fucking retard!" Maybe the guy deserved it or something. I don't know, but to call somebody a name like that, regardless of the content, it's also revealing that you are a person who can get that low. Let's just be honest, and this is why a lot of people skip on these things, because if you put that lady and those ladies that thought I was a criminal, you put them next to me and you ask people to point at them who is a good person in that equation, they'll point to the ladies because they look harmless, but the way they're thinking, they're disgusting. And as we can see, they're doing criminal things like making men's reputations just tank and basically destroy men's lives because they're running on these prejudices when they're supposed to be unbiased. And I get it. It is impossible for that to happen, even though people say that they are. But that is where you draw the line as the individual. You say, you know what? I have to be professional. And like a lawyer, you have to detach yourself. But as we see, a lot of the times, the detaching can become a little too much that they're completely unattached to any kind of sympathy, any kind of human value. That they'll lie, they'll cheat, they'll get people that, oh, we know that this person can cheat for us. And this is what this lady has been doing. Oh, no, I'm not a professional witness. Excuse me? But you do this like 2-3 times a year? Yeah, but, most of the time I'm doing it because they don't go to trial. Of course they don't go to trial because you already destroy the case, destroy basically the male plaintiff or the male, part of the equation. You just already crucify him because you have all these prejudices, all these biases. It's disgusting to have somebody in a reputable position getting paid that much to render the bias, opinions. And she is respected, and she's giving talks, and she's writing books, and she's doing presentations, spreading this stuff. And we see that she is like the most, I don't want to be like tarnishing her reputation because she's doing it all her own. But if all my empath people, you would notice, right? The biting of the lips, the acting like a little girl when she answers questions, like I'm just innocent. These are little ploys that manipulating people use. The way she just keeps dodging every question, minimizing the opinions of other professionals like Dr. Curry, which not because she was giving opinions that basically benefit Johnny, because after all, it is the truth. But her was objective, even though she was being battered by the lawyers on her side. She remained cool and professional, even though some of us were like, oh, and she made the faces because it's like, oh wow, okay, like she knew what the other team was doing. So I've been watching a lot of these videos, and I can, a lot of these guys are saying, the legal team for her seem always like they're forcing. They're always aggressive. Everything is just falling apart on them. See, what they're saying is that they're not saying that basically all of these people are using their intuition. and forced and shallow. These are the terms that we use to describe these situations. Because we're using our intuition, but we don't know that we're using our intuition. This is just the feeling we get. But I want you people to understand that this is your intuition screaming at you. Okay, and you have to. In these cases, if we start to learn how to use our intuition, there'll be no lies. I mean, lately you guys got to admit there's been a lot of silly lies being spread around, and people are going, "What the?" It's like a nightmare. It is. It's supposed to be, because it's showing you, basically, that these lies that worked before are no longer working. That's showing you the evolution in people's minds. 2012 was a monumental year, not because of the stupid crap that got spread that said that the Mayans got it wrong. No, we got it wrong as interpreters. They did what they did because of the knowledge they had. We guessed it and second guessed it, and then they blame it on Depp because it didn't happen. Oh, they said it was going to be the end of it. They never said that. It was the end of an era. But anyway, at that point, like, everybody's becoming enlightened. Consciousnesses are rising. The overall consciousness of all is rising, because we're all rising, and this kind of low-level thinking and low-level behavior is no longer clicking with some of us. We can see right through it. I can see it right through this lady. It's like Judgment Day for this lady. She's being reckless with her work and making money off of it. And it's just like, again, have you noticed also that a lot of people are falling out of grace and in high positions, and we're starting to realize that they weren't doing their job? This is not about getting political, but we're starting to notice the holes in all of these structures. They're crumbling. We're seeing through the lies, we're seeing through the manipulation, and we're starting, again, going back to my first point, that just because they're wearing a suit and tie doesn't mean they're respectable people. Just because they have a PhD after their name doesn't mean that they're doing the right thing. Because we still have intuition. Again, your power cell is your soul. That is driving that machine you're encased in. And everything is energy, and your soul, your spirit, is energy. So you are going to be able to detect, your energy is going to be able to detect other energy, because it's what it is. But it is the degree in its value, in its quality, that you are going to identify mostly. It's going to be either high or low, and that's what your intuition is communicating to you, high or low vibration. And the low vibration is like, whoa, it just puts us in this, like, it sounds forced, it sounds fake. It's like an actor trying to act, not being. Acting is being. It's feeling the emotions. It's having the turmoil on camera. And then the people watching, they feel it because you're putting out the energy, bro. And that's what actors do. We're not fakers. We have to actually feel these things. We have to put ourselves there. That's the skill of being an actor, is refusing your own ego, your own interpretations of your own image, and just doing what the actor is supposed to be doing in the scene. There. So we don't complicate acting as being. So in this case, what we're getting is people being bad actors because they're lying. Because what they're saying doesn't click with what they're feeling. They know it's a lie, and they're communicating it to everybody, like saying, I'm just doing my job, but That's the thing about it. This also leads me to vocation. I don't want this to be too long, but it leads me to vocation. When you are not meant to be in a job and you're just doing it because you're forcing it, that is the byproduct. You get this horrible feeling when you do it. That means if you're feeling that, you probably shouldn't be doing that. Move on to something that actually makes you feel like, wow. Okay? Little vocational advice just for all of you, for any of you who are wondering what to do. Do what your heart calls to do. And you'll never go wrong. These people got in it because it's lucrative. But as we can see, when you are basing your career, your reputation, your paycheck, your everything on lies, it's hard to keep up, and it's a struggle to keep it going. This lady is judgment day for her. Everybody's finding out that she is not doing her job, going on biases, basically just mutilating. I'm just gonna say mutilating the reputations and the lives of men out there. There's a guy who I used to train. I love you, bro. And every time that ever since your situation happened, your divorce, and what happened to you, I have never stopped thinking about you, bro. You know who you are, because it was messed up what happened to you, and that always made me think about, well, how many dads? Because that's just how the system is built. That men are getting crucified, and again, I'm not pro men. Okay, look at me. You think I'm accepted on that side? They call me hippie. They call me all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Because some of them are again that basic. So again, I am just only speaking about what's right, truth. That's it. And I don't find that justice is justice when the perpetrator is the one being awarded or rewarded. You see, in this case, we're all are getting a chance to see what a liar sounds like and feels like. Especially, I want you folks to really pay attention to how you're feeling, because I promise you, if you get to learn how that feels, nobody's going to be able to lie to you. Nobody is going to. You're always going to. I want you folks to trust your intuition, because if you don't, you'll have the moments that I had. Like, damn it, my intuition was telling me, and I ignored it because I thought it was some crazy thought I was having. No. Really sit with it, because your intuition is telling you something you can't see. I already go back to the video that did a couple of videos ago. I told you about that almost fight that I had, and if it wasn't because I knew the difference between my intuition and what was really energy that I was picking up from the other guy, I would have been terrified. But no, I knew that he was terrified because I knew the difference. Get to know those energies. Get to know how you tick. Okay? Know thyself. There it is. So I'm just going to keep it short, but it's lovely. I'm going to keep making more videos because there's a lot of characters here, and that, again, it's just a common denominator. It's hurt. And everybody surrounding her is a circus, trying to keep up. She's sitting there on the stand saying, "Oh, I don't want this." It's like, dude, you started this. It's because of you that all of this is happening. And when you base everything on a lie, it's hard to keep up. And pretty soon people are going to find out. So if you're lying out there, stop. Stop before it gets worse. You're better than that. Jesus, everybody's better than that. And that's what I'm trying to say here. Okay? Everybody's better than this. And time to evolve, people. Okay? Time to evolve. And those kind of basic things are only going to bring evil to you. So stop doing it. Be good, for goodness sake. Otherwise, Santa Claus is not going to bring you anything. Have a wonderful day.